everyone, my name is Molly,
My name is Malia.
and this is M&M in the Morning. So today, me and Malia are here to talk about the effects and uses of AI in the world nowadays. So one of the main questions is, how do you think that AI is affecting everyday work?
I feel like people aren't actually doing their jobs. Like, they're not very well educated because they low-key just use ChatGPT for everything.
Yeah. And that kind of flows into one of my other questions, which is, how is AI hurting kids at school?
It's definitely hurting kids. It's, again, they just want to get done with their homework, so they're just like, give me the answers instead of just looking at the actual procedures.
Because AI does give you the procedures. If you put in a problem, it gives you the step-by-step. But I feel like, as you said, most kids today are just like, I just want the answer. I don't care how to do it. And then they fail tests because they never actually learned how to do it.
Yeah, I actually have a kid behind me in math class that's it's failing right now because of that.
Yeah,
it's
not very good. And I just think that, like, honestly, a lot with AI for, like, careers, like, there are just certain careers that, like, you just can't use AI for. Like, nursing school is one of my big ones, because I feel like if you don't actually learn how to do the things, that is quite literally it can be fatal.
Yeah.
Like, that could be very, very bad for a lot of different people. And there are just a lot of careers like that. And I just feel like one of the things with AI is, like, a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I would never use AI. But, like, once it's there and you know it's there and it's a resource, you're gonna want to use it. Like, there's no, like, oh, I just won't. Like, if something's difficult for you and you know that's a resource, you're gonna be like, just one time. And then that one time is gonna turn into a second. Yeah, and it's just gonna be a whole thing. And then, do you think that in the future AI will not take over jobs, but, like, be a main part of what goes into doing a job?
Oh yeah, I definitely think some jobs will, or possibly could be taken over. I used to do debate, and that was one of the things that we actually talked about, was if AI was going to take over jobs. Obviously, it could very well take over computer-based jobs and or things related to that. But manual labor, definitely not. Like construction.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with AI, I honestly think that even now, like, I know that my parents use AI to, like, if they don't know an answer to a question that I ask them, they use AI for that. Like, literally, I will ask my dad something, and he's just like, I don't know, let me chat GPT. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it definitely is useful, I think, in ways that it can help you, definitely, if you want to know the step-by-step procedure of something, if you ask it a question, and you are not just looking for the answer, like, and you don't understand something, and so you say, hey, how do you do this, and it gives it to you. It can be very beneficial like that, and just, like, answering everyday questions that you may have. But then again, there are definitely downsides to it, like cheating, and I just feel like people nowadays are becoming very dependent on it, which isn't good, because, like, if you are so dependent on AI that, like, everything you do, because we all know a few people that are like that.
Oh yeah.
And that just, like, you sit there and you're like, I just asked you what 2 + 2 was, and
you don't even know the
and
answer.
you don't know the answer.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that is definitely one of the dangers of using AI, because I feel like eventually we are going to turn into this, like, society of, like, oh, I don't know the answer because I never actually learned it because AI was here to help me the whole time.
It's like AI is like holding your hand and just guiding you through, and you don't actually have to do any work.
And another thing with that is that AI is a computer. Yes, it's probably right more than humans are most of the time, but there are instances where AI will give you the wrong answer. And like there are just things that like if you start to trust every answer AI gives you without fact checking it, that can also become dangerous.
Yeah, like I think last year my friend, she was like, oh yeah, I didn't have any time to like do this science study guide that I had, so she was like, yeah, I just used like ChatGPT last night and did it real quick. So we actually looked at her answers and she got like 5, I think, out of like 20 wrong. So that's not that bad.
That's not bad, but like if you would have just done it yourself, you
probably
probably
would've
could have
done all
done
of them right.
exactly. And so there's things like that, and it can be useful, but also there are ways it's not useful. And also with the use of personal information with AI, because like even with your phone, like when you do a fingerprint or Face ID, your phone is quite literally memorizing the patterns. Which yes, that seems cool and all, until, someone hacks into your device and then all of a sudden has your fingerprint because you have embedded it into your phone. You know what I mean? So there are times like that where it just like seems a little scary to use AI all the time. And like obviously that happens very rarely, but when it does happen, like you have all of your personal information most of the time because of AI, and it has it. And that can be helpful like for everyday things. Like you don't want to have to put in your passcode every time you open your phone, but like there can also be downsides to it. So
or like AI, I feel like it's like those movies where like, the robot can like develop feelings. Like I feel like it can have so much of our information and our patterns that it could be us. It could impersonate us. That's
which is
it's really scary.
That is
That's
one of
terrifying.
the scarier points of AI. So there's so many different pros and cons to using AI, and I just think that you just have to be careful with it.
Oh yeah.
Because like, okay, if you need it to, or if you just like Googling something and you just are like, I don't know the answer to this and this is interesting and I want to know, that's fine. But once you start putting all of your faith and your trust into AI, that's when
things start to fall apart.
Yeah, because once again, it is a machine and it is going to be wrong most of the time and it is going to make mistakes. That's why there's so many companies like Google that like have to update their security measures constantly because it will fail eventually. And just putting all of your trust into it is how it gets scary.